Woodbine Racing live on the air as we're back with you. We have rested, we have recovered from the plate. Lisa and Jeff with you as we now look ahead to the unofficial second half of the season, as Lisa and I like to say, because we've got the plate now and behind us. And before you know it, it'll be Turf Champions Day coming up in, September the 12th, I think it is.
I think there's, 6 stakes races that day, so it's almost like the exact same as the King's Plate. So yeah, we'll rest up before that, but in between, we'll have yearling sales stakes. We'll have the yearling sale. Lots of people taking a look and earmarking their calendars right now for horses that they want to see. Last night I had something interesting happen to me, that I'm, have my horse at a riding stable. And I went in to go and ride last night, and there were a couple girls that shipped in to school. And one of them, they said, "Oh, that's a thoroughbred." You wouldn't be able to believe it. Big, huge, gorgeous horse. I said, "Who's this one by?" "Super Speedy." She says, "I've had 5 Super Speedies, and they're all spectacular jumpers."
Really?
Very interesting.
Wow.
Yeah,
so they're going to have good second homes once the
absolutely.
racing careers are done.
I said that to one of my girlfriends that I was there with. I said, that's what we have to be looking for, is a Super Speedy.
I didn't tell this story on Sunday, but Leicester stole a lot of mainstream media headlines, I think, because the Philly beat the boys in the plates. And you and I, so you listen to 1010. I'm kind of a 680 news type of guy. And Leicester was the leading story twice.
Really?
Breaking news, Leicester wins the King's Plate.
Isn't that cool?
Yes, that was kind of cool to see.
That's great to get some attention,
Yeah.
Like obviously we're here day in, day out. The fans, our regular fans are here all the time, but you kind of hope that when people come out on plate day and it's maybe their first time here, that it sparks a little bit of a flame and that they decide that they want to come back.
She had a blast.
Right.
Had all kinds of fun. Speaking of people having fun, I think if you're Audrey Chung, you probably had some fun watching your stable star, Artemis City Limits, repeating the Vice Regent Stakes. This 9-year-old is like a fine wine. And this was kind of a never-in-doubt performance, I thought.
You know what was interesting? A couple things for me. Last year when this horse won this race, because this was a repeat, in those saddling area, when he came into the paddock, I did not like the look of his feet. I thought they were really long. In my opinion, he looked like he was kind of overdue to be shod. And then what the feet that I saw that Audrey brought over were completely different in the Vice Regent. And the minute I saw those perfect hooves, I thought, this horse is set up to win today. And it takes a long time to get feet in good condition too, Jeff. And as they say, no foot, no horse. It was also really, I thought, a great interview with Audrey Chung where she thanked the owners for sticking with her or giving her a chance. Yeah. Because so many times, you've seen these Drexler horses, they've gone other ways and they've gone to maybe more experienced trainers. It's really nice to see, those owners staying loyal and keeping the horse with Audrey.
What I love is when he won the race last year, he came from way off the pace.
Yeah,
and this year he goes right to the front. That's how useful this guy is, and very hard-working outfits. So congratulations goes out to Team Chung with that victory there with Artemis City Limits, as he does repeat in the Vice Regent. Coming up a little bit later on this weekend, we have the Seaway. That's our lone stake race. And we'll see if Creed's Gold is able to repeat. The horse won most recently. Jay's just hit a home run again, by the way. And the horse last time out looked really good in the Henry, and we'll see if the horse is able to come right back and do some good things in the Seaway as well.
You said Audrey's a Blue Jays fan.
Big Blue Jays
Tara
fan.
Nagel, big Blue Jays fan as well. Yeah.
Elisa Blow,
a big Blue Jays fan.
That,
yeah.
You know how much fun that would be if we got like a
Let's
big
go.
group of racetrackers?
Let's go.
We might be kicked out of the stadium, but we would have a lot of fun nonetheless.
Glad you said it.
Let's get to our topics now, shall we? And we're going to start things off with some babies, actually. A bit of a rare treat for a Thursday card, and a lot of first-time starters. We have Swifty Kim, who does have a race under her belt, and so does number 6, that being Have Respect. Lovely Rainbow installed at odds of 8-5. So Lovely Rainbow and Swifty Kim both ran in the same race on July the 26th. I took a shot with Lovely Rainbow. She ran not bad. You went with the winner, that being Awesome Grace, was dropping down in class on that day with the quick comeback for Steve Turcotte.
Right, but Swifty Kim is one I had kind of heard some whispers about as well. So I'll go back to take another look at Swifty Kim with the rider change today as they go over to Campos. But the interesting horse to me, and the minute I saw this one entered, I thought, oh, I know who this horse is named after, and that's Princess Orlath, who actually shows up as the clocker horse for the day today as well. This horse is named after Dr. Orlath Cleary, who's a veterinarian and a very popular one. She works at a King Animal Hospital now, but you know what? So many people from the racetrack have gone to Dr. Cleary for so many different methods of help with their racehorses, and she's been she's really one of the top vets in the country. So great to have a horse named after her. And this one's a good one too, Jeff. This is the first foal, but the mare on this horse was a 2-time stakes winner. She won the Belade and the Eternal Search, and this one's trained by Tino Attard, who gets the services of Pietro Moran. And anytime you see Pietro with any Attard, you gotta think that this is a good horse here. And I like the works coming into the race as well. A work from the gate in 48-3, and then a work back in 48-2. And here's a look at Lovely Rainbow from the Bill Theranis barn with her groom, and of course Robert popped into the picture as well.
Yeah, so right now Lovely Rainbow is the current choice as we speak. Keep an eye on this 4, Cause I'm Charming. Just make sure that she minds her manners here. She comes out of a mare that never won, but she's from the same family as Santa Cola Whiskey and Santa Cola Thunder as well, so she's nicely bred as well. But right now, Princess Orleath is not taking any support right now at 8-1, but I expect that to change. What about Have Respect has been a massive disappointment, and this is very untiller-like to run a horse back on 12 days rest.
Yeah, and switching the rider up, he's putting the bug on today too.
Well, no Hernandez, we should point that out.
Yes. Okay, so Rafi is not here at all this week. He is competing in the World All-Star Jocks Challenge, I guess we would call it, in Japan, and he's representing North America. So how cool is that?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So he's not even in the country right now, I don't think.
No.
So, yeah.
But, you know, I mean, I'm wondering what we're going to see from her with the bug aboard. Just getting in a little bit lighter here today.
I don't know what to make of that one. Inside Horse got that Mike Laser horse. We're still kind of trying to build that profile for that barn. Yeah. So post position number 1 for that one. So post time coming up in about 40 minutes for that first race of the day. E.P. Taylor Turf Course. I did a podcast, Rail Talk, with John Green and his friend Joe from West Point, and that's going to come out on tomorrow. Tomorrow's edition of Rail Talk, and they were asking me about the E.P. Taylor Turf Course, and they were just saying, like, how did you guys get it done ahead of schedule? Because you look at other projects, like Churchill, they had to do it a couple of different times, and I said, first of all, tip of the cap to Woodbine, because they obviously did a great job, but I said, we really lucked out weather-wise. Like, we didn't have, like, a hot spell. We had a kind of a wet, springish type of situation, too. And but they were so excited that we're back on the grass.
Hey, and don't forget too that our horsemen really had to alter their training schedules to make that happen as well. Instead of starting, you know, at a reasonable time in the morning, they had to back things up.
5:30, the track opened.
People had to be here at 3 o'clock in the morning to get horses ready to go. So there were a lot of sacrifices that were made in order to get the E.P. Taylor done.
So we're in lane 3 today, and I never like to see scratches because I always want to see full fields. Having said that, when I like a horse from post position number 12, my feelings are not hurt when I get to move in some positions here with Daddy's Secrets for Emma Wilson and Rick Hayashi. This one from the same family as Secret Load, who does really like the turf. You're going to go towards the 7 Him to Her. Now, have you scratched onto her? Okay, because you had
I had the 11
on
top. Yeah, because I'm just following the Citadar train. Okay, but that's a vet scratch, unfortunately, from this race. So we won't see Lady Izzy today, and I've scratched onto the 7 Him to Her. And then I was thinking about maybe changing it. But my argument would be, okay, Daddy's Secret's coming in off of a maiden score and scores a lifetime high buyer speed figure of a 71. Maybe there's a little regression here today. Whereas Him to Her has been trying this non-winners of 2 for quite some time and has been kind of hitting the goalpost. So maybe today, she's going to have to run a big one. I mean, hasn't put a number up in the 70s at all, but still, I think I'm happy with who I'm going to stick with. And then Mike DiPaolo dropping Kinsey Girl out of the Woodbine Oaks where it was just too tough. But you get that reference to Lester, and now anybody who shows up with the Lester reference, you know just how good she is. She could be any kind. But yeah, we get the cutback in distance, the switch in surface, and the drop down for a $40,000 price tag.
So a rather big field there to start off the pick 5, which is terrific. 7/8. Now, when you're in lane 3, it might sound a little bit ominous because we're so used to being like lane 3 on the inside turf course. It's not as bad on the EP. Lane 5 is when things start to get a little bit kind of crazy on EP Taylor. So don't worry about lane 3 by any means. I still think it's a very
all it does is make the turn even wider.
Yeah, so race number 2 will start off the pick 5 going 7 furlongs in there, and the only thing that can stop Citadar right now is being scratched.
Exactly.
We're going to skip the 3rd. Let's get to race number 4 now on the card. 4th race will be at 1 mile and a 16th. 25,000 claimers in here as we do get set to start off the pick 4 wager. Now, David Boers, he's been Would you say more aggressive with the claiming slip this season?
Yes, I would say. And he is waiting 30 days on a lot of his
Yeah,
horses too.
and Galahad has got a lot of backlash to her, so I did go in that one's direction.
Right.
Where did you go in race number 4?
Well, I went Sid.
Why not?
Why not? Nikita's Gem.
I got that 1 second.
But the reason I used Nikita's Gem up on top over the 4, because I went 2-4, is because she ran 4th to She's High Maintenance, who was very, very good on the Sunday program. So good, in fact, that her owner flew up just for the day. Like, if you're flying up just for the day, you know your horse is primed and ready to win. So I put Nikita's Gem up in the top spot over the 4 Galahad. They've waited the 30 days on this one. They'll switch it up and use Cavay Nichols. What I also find interesting on that is that this is Dave doesn't use Cavay very often.
True.
And he hasn't won for him either. So, I'm wondering if maybe this would have been Rafi's call, and with Rafi being gone, they had to make a quick selection and they went to Cavay. Listen, big Cavay fan over here, but I went 2-4-1. Foxy Diva, who switches back over to the main track. She's an interesting little horse, and she's not going to be near the front end. She likes to sit in a nice stalking position and then come with a little kick. But she gets Fraser Abley. You talk about Sittard being hot. The other guy who's hot right now is Fraser.
Big day, big day. Got the Bob and the King Eddie right on the money, and was able to pull off. Was that the King Eddie?
Yes, it was. Yeah. And was confident that he had it as well.
Yeah, which was like so surprising because I didn't know who had it. Yeah. And pulls position number 1 for that one. And we're going to take a look at some stats for you a little bit later on the broadcast. Guess what? The rail continues to be great. That's all you need to know. Race number 4 will be at 1 mile and a 16th. Rail or rally? Okay. I like that. We've heard that a couple of times.
Yeah.
However, doesn't usually happen on the EP as often as it does on the main track, and that is the question mark with Boulder Paso. How will she handle the turf? She's a Shaman Ghost out of a Mucho Macho Man mare.
Well, I like her here today, and I also really do like North York as well. So that's our rail horse, the Stu Simon horse. What's interesting there is that Davy Moran looks like he had some decisions to make, because he had been the regular rider of the 2, Just Magnificent, as well as the new regular rider of North York, who's been a perfect 2 for 2 in the last...
That's a tough call.
Right? Isn't that a tough call?
Yeah.
So I thought, geez, that's hard for Davy. So he went to the 1. So, okay, I'll put the 1 in the second place spot. But this barn's live right now, this McRae outfit. They unleashed a first-time starter on plate day that I didn't see it coming, because the horse was going, 1.1 1/8 for the very first lifetime start, and he had that horse pumped and ready to go. This is an interesting trip for Boulder Paso back on July the 30th. So this is in the A of Then. And the horse is actually in along the rail. And right here, you can see, like, not much is happening. Pietro just kind of along for the ride with this horse, but he sticks to the rail, which is a really smart move to do here in Toronto. Everybody knows that the rail is often incredibly live. And now he starts to get after the horse. And I noticed, let's say, once he gets back over to the rail, right here, he starts to kind of spark up down the lane, and it's almost like he thinks, okay, now I'm interested in running. Because look at when Pietro gets after him, how good he runs late in this race inside the 16th pole and is almost there. Now, I get that Viri was getting tired on that day, but still, I thought that was a pretty good effort from Boulder Paso. So I'll use the 7 over the 1, and then I'll use the 2, Just Magnificent, who, in the absence of Davy Moran, picks up a great rider in Ryan Munger. The other one that kind of interests me is Secret Load, and we're seeing the sibling to Secret Load on today's card.
Yeah, that's right. And I'm all over this Hayashi train today, because look at 2 starts go. Second against Regal Moments, came back to win. Third against Splash of Bourbon, came back to win. Like, has run against some really, really key horses. Now, if you're looking at turf, horse likes the turf, as a matter of fact.
But if you're looking at distance, horse has never tried it.
That's a bit of an unknown, and it is a reload as well. Here's a look at English Jubilee. Now, as long as it's turf, she's got a shot.
Yep.
Now, obviously, they just want to get grass, because you look at this. The horse was in for $7,500, then $25. Now we're in for $40 here today.
A $5,000 claim.
Yeah, but ran very well in the most recent race for Richie Morton as well.
Yeah.
So.
You know, look, it's the $5,000 claim, that kind of goes,
Yep.
well, I don't know. And with the secret load, it's the distance that I'm not too sure about
Yeah,
either,
no,
because
that's a
we've
good
talked
point.
about these reloads quite a few
Yeah.
times, right? And
They
just what their
kind of fool
limitation
them a
is.
little bit on the turf, 'cause it's only one turn, I find, but it's valid. The one I really wanted to pick was Arbada.
I know, I have Zabarda too. This is bugging me as well.
Because
This horse is going long as well.
Yeah, the mare won the La Prévoyance, and I just think if they kind of fly up front, she might be able to pick up some pieces.
Well, she's a
big
stakes
men.
winner. You know, she won the South Ocean last season.
This is now one of America's most famous game shows. Come on down. It's time for The Price is Right. Elisa Blow, come on down.
$1, Bob. Yeah.
3/4 of a mile here for race number 6. So you think that these horses are priced appropriately?
Well, I think that my pick is priced appropriately.
And that pick would
today.
be?
Butterfly Billy.
The Butterfly.
Dropped in for 10. I mean, you know, this horse was second when in for 10 earlier on this season in May, and then tried 25s, and then they dropped back down to 15, and they got a second there, and then went back up again for 25. Like, you know, 10 just seems to be the right price tag. And again, you get a rider change. This probably would have been a Hernandez mount, and it goes to Jose Campos here today. So I'll put the 4 up in the top spot. I like Jose's style. Bo Pink is kind of interesting here today. I mean, this horse took a lot of support on the day that he was in, or she was in for 10 and got claimed, and she didn't show up at all. The new barn brought her back. They raised her up off the claim.
She
Brought her
ran a
back
bit
for
better,
a
I
second.
thought.
Yeah, a bit better for a third, and behind Crumlin Fashion. And we'll see Crumlin Fashion on Friday's card, and looks incredibly strong for a repeat performance, because what are they doing there after winning for 15? They're dropping in for 7,500. That's the move to make. So I'll take a look at Bo Pink today, and then the 9, No Mistake, ships in from Fort Erie. I'm kind of hoping that this horse, you know, races well now that she gets back over to the synthetic track.
I'm tossing featherweight just because of the inside draw with that one. Blew a 2-length lead in that most recent race, but did hold on to finish second. But I'm with you in regards to Butterfly Billy. It's kind of now or never. You got to take advantage of the opportunity that is upon you today, which is you have the right group of friends that you are facing.
That's right,
and
as you like to say.
That is the massive thing there.
Hey, you know what I was going to suggest on these days when we have 30 minutes left to go, right? We have a bit of time. Speaking of game shows, I've come up with a game that he doesn't know that I'm going to bring this up. And neither does my producer. I love it when I surprise both of you.
Okay.
And because, you know, you don't like fruits and vegetables.
And
you don't get enough vitamins in your system. I'm always after them.
This is true.
To get on a, you know, men's daily vitamin.
This is true.
I say we play a game on Thursdays called What Will Jeff Eat? And it's a fruit or it's a vegetable. And so you either have to eat the cucumber or the pony in the paddock has to eat the cucumber. You got to guess, will the pony eat it or will Jeff eat it?
I hate to break it to you. I like cucumber. I do like cucumber.
I just think it would be fun, right?
With some ranch?
Oh, no, but the pony's not going to get ranch dressing. And you got to actually, like, we want to
Just
see
by
you
itself?
eat it and swallow it.
Yeah, I could do cucumber. That's one of the rare ones I could do.
Okay.
But like, give me a banana? Yeah.
Oh, I know a horse will eat a banana.
Gross.
See, it's just a whole new thing. Just every Thursday, would just challenge Jeff to eat a vegetable and see if the horse will do the same thing. Yeah, as Mike says, he likes this idea. He said, just send in the foods that you'd like either Jeff or the pony to sample.
Yeah.
And I think the horse will eat more vitamins.
I think the pony's going to eat a lot. The plays of the day. Let's take a look. We're going to have to get some of these home to get our budget with the price of vegetables these days. Your first time starter, now starting to come down a little bit in price. You're 5-1 right now, the Princess is.
Come on, Princess. I think it's so... Look, we've both been fortunate enough to have horses named after us, but this lady's a hero in the equine world. We'll scratch Lady Izzy, unfortunately. Boulder Paso always tries, and Butterfly Billy in for the right price today.
Okay, what do I got? I have Daddy's Secret, my repeat threat.
I like this one,
That
too.
girl Artemis is my best bet of the day coming up in race number 3. It's such a good race that Mike said, let's skip that on the show. My watch lister's Bacaro Point. This horse had a bit of an interesting trip last time out. It really got shuffled and delayed. And then my single I'm with you is Butterfly
Got
Billy
a lot of
coming up in
fours.
a race number. So yeah, do I ever. And 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals 12. Robert Keller, a lovely rainbow. All he says is, plain and
Best
simple.
bet.
Best bet. That's all he's got in there. best bet. That's all he has to say.
He was busy reading the press release about his favorite tennis player coming back.
That's right. Then we got the battling best bets here between Doug and Robert, and Ron's going towards Bacaro Point off that trouble trip in that most recent race. If you want data, we've got it for you. This is stuff that you can look at, interpret it as you see fit, and then just move on with your life. That's the name of this segment.
No, the name of this segment is data and other stuff you might want to look at.
I couldn't remember what it was. But the basic thing is, the rail is good.
Surprise!
On the Tapeta.
Really?
And here are the numbers that just tell you exactly how good it has been over the last couple of weeks and so far this year as well. So the inside draw, the place to be, sprinting and going around 2 turns. You get to that rail, more often than not, you're going to have some success. Now, the sample size is very small in the EP Taylor. Middle draw is doing well there. I'm surprised the outside draws haven't done better because there was no portable rail last week, but still, that again, very, very small sample size. And we have the routing information for you as well. What else do we have for you? The Bet365 Inner Turf Course, which is getting a bit of a break this week. And the middle draw doing quite well there, whether it's routing or sprinting. So let's look at our data. You're giggling, so somebody's texting you something.
The suggestions are already
well,
coming in.
we can do this after we wrap up our data segment in here. And speed more off of the knots for week 17 and 18. 13 for 29, 135 for 327. That is pretty good when it comes to data. So there's a look at our bar codes and bar graphs and all that kind of stuff.
This, that, and all those other stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Closers actually did very well in route races last week, with the exception of the plate, which is more of a kind of stalker slash speed horse in terms of luster. Holy smokes, how many more of these graphics do we have? Speed, 2 for 3 in 9 furlong races or above. Anything else?
There's
Turf.
more.
Holy smokes. I'm running out of stuff to say. This is a lot of stuff.
Closers on the turf.
Okay.
Jeff. Doing very well. 6 for 14. That's not so bad. And I bet that's, there's still more. Stalkers at a mile up to a mile and an eighth. And this is on the turf. And that's the last one.
All right.
Okay, that's the last one.
That is your data segment for today. Okay, give me the first one that has been sent in by some of our loyal viewers.
Brussels sprouts.
Can't.
I know the horse is going to eat Brussels sprouts. That's it.
Nope.
We're on to something. They keep rolling in the suggestions, Jeff.
And one of my huge no's is beets. Whoever came up with the idea of beets, they are the most disgusting thing ever.
That I will agree with you
They are
on.
so gross.
Yeah, that
So
I will
gross.
agree with you on.
Ugh.
String beans just came in.
Yeah, I could if I had to, I could tolerate it, but not one of my favorites.
We haven't even said suggest fruits.
Cauliflower. I need the cheese sauce. I can't do it raw. Yeah. Anyways, we'll have more of those for you next
So
week.
join us next
I have a
Thursday
very
for that
selective
new
palate,
segment.
and it's not a healthy one by any means. A race 1 coming in about 24 minutes from now. What's that, producer Mike? Which one?
Probably Stevie's pony.
Yeah.
We'll find a pony that's got a good appetite.
That's right. 24 minutes away from race number 1. Who's going to go off as the favorite in this first race? That's one of the storylines. Will be a first-time starter. We'll find